Honorable Surendra Dayal, Minister of Social Integration and Economic Empowerment, Mr. Kushan Lubin, Chairman of the Sicom Group Foundation and of the Sicom Group, Mrs. Kahuna Bojida Obigadu, Managing Director of Sicom Group, members of the Sicom Foundation Council, board members of the Sicom, Professor Armugam Pasuraman, Founder President of the Global Rainbow Foundation, chairpersons of the public and private sectors, presidents, CEOs, directors of the local and private sectors, management team and staff of the Sicom Group, chief editors and members of the local press and media, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and the warmest of welcome to you all. I feel particularly honored to have been associated with tonight's event and act as your master of ceremony. We are gathered to celebrate the launch of the Sicom Foundation, a milestone in the group's organization, as it bears testimony to the importance which the group lends to its corporate social responsibility. Recently registered a few months ago, 21st of June, if you want to have the right dates, 2013, the Sicom Foundation intends to integrate all the aspects of the group's social, educational, environmental activities under one roof, a move that shall not only give more substance to its actions in the field, but also add a more rigorous and efficient management of its activities, respecting thus the principles of good governance. Ladies and gentlemen, before we actually kick off tonight with the official part of our evening, I did mention that we would be celebrating an event, and celebration means also that we also are going to have some rejoicings on the way. So let me therefore start by introducing a wonderful artist of the evening. In the last year, she has established herself quite a reputation on the stages of Mauritius, and I'm absolutely certain that once you would have heard her, you will place her on top of the list of your favorite likes of the day, to mention a Facebook term that you so frequently see nowadays. Lisier dans la main is the NGO that opened a whole new universe for her. After completing her CPA with their help, she was able to join Loreto Convent Kirpib and is presently in Form 3. She is still continuing her piano lessons and song, and completed brilliantly her Royal School of Music exams with distinctions. She is the first blind Mauritian to have taken these exams. Since 2009, she has been active and participating in several concerts and shows. Rotary Club of Rosebell, Dave concert at JJ Auditorium. In 2011, the Mauritius Sports Award at Continental Hotel Balaclava, Miss Mauritius at JJ Auditorium, National Solidarity Show at MGI, Chinese International Show at JJ Auditorium. In 2012, Mauritius Sports Awards at Swami Vivekananda Hall, and Independence Day at the Champ de Mars, of course. And recently, this year, she's been very busy. Her whole December month is booked, her father tells me. So British Embassy at the Floréal, Vibration des Îles, she also sang there. She's also sportive, and she's now taking swimming lessons and intends to participate in swimming competitions with the school. So ladies and gentlemen, I will rest here my case, because she is the vivid example of what she can do, what she is, and what other people can emulate from. So she's only 13. So let's please welcome for this first song of the evening, Jane Constant, Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Please, Jane. Jane Constant. Remember the name. She's going very, very far, and I'm sure she'll be over the rainbow very soon. Merci, Jane. Magnifique. She'll be back. She'll be back later on. Thank you very much. Thank you, Jane. Our first speaker of the evening has been one of the staunchest proponents of the Sicom Foundation project. He has, in fact, been following the project every step of the way, if I may borrow the expression, and was quite eager to take the event to yet another higher level and make this event a memorable moment in the corporate life of the group. Launching the foundation will be, in fact, the icing on the cake tonight, the group's activities over this whole year, which has been very active. It's been an eventful year for Sicom, not to mention the record profits realized in spite of an extremely competitive business environment this year in the field of insurance. I therefore have the honor to call upon the chairman of the Sicom Foundation to join me for his welcome speech. Let's greet Mr. Kushal Lobin. Mr. Chairman, please.
Honorable Surendra Dayal, my good friend, Minister of Social Integration, Economic Empowerment, Professor Paul, former Minister of Education, founder and director of the Global Foundation, my good friend Mr. Dwaka Singh, Senior Advisor, Prime Minister's Office, Mr. Mohammed of the Maurice Eljurab Commission, distinguished guests, all protocols observed, ladies and gentlemen. As Mr. Gérard Manuel rightly said, it has been an eventful year for the Sicom Group. In April, we had a very successful rebranding exercise, and today I feel very much honored and privileged to be part of the team that have set up the Sicom Foundation. Indeed, Sicom, since the year 2009, since the inception of the CSR funds, have been working with various organizations. I see Mrs. Bagwant, I see lots of people who have been involved in the social world, as we may put it, and the Sicom Foundation will be a stepping stone, will be a hub for the Sicom Group to promote more social activities, especially in the fields of preservation of the environment, enhancing the vision of government of making Mauritius a sustainable island, and also to eradicate poverty. It is true, in certain parts of our island, we need to do something. And that is why Sicom Foundation is here. Mr. Manuel said we had a very eventful year. We had a record profit. Our pre-tax profit for the group was around 559 million rupees. It is another important milestone in the history of the group. And I believe, with the help of all our members of the board and management, we will make that Sicom Group a very, very important platform for all NGOs to liaise with and try to do something very much concrete. A lot is being done in the social world, but I believe that a foundation like Sicom should not just be a marketing tool for the organization. It should be something very concrete, and as I said in my previous speech during the launching of our rebranding exercise, the foundation will be like a caravan. We will work hand in hand with the NGOs, and we will go around the islands to make our vision known. Preservation of the environment, eradication of poverty, and also we will be helping NGOs who are promoting healthcare, especially cancer which is becoming like a very bad disease, destroying the Mauritian people, be it young, be it old. So the Sicom Foundation will be there to help you all. I will not take much of your time, in as much as Mr. Manuel has a clip to show to us that will be something very tangible for you to see the vision that we intend to project with the foundation of the Sicom Group via its Sicom Foundation. So ladies and gentlemen, I will ask you to enjoy the evening. We will have a lot of opportunity to meet each other, to work with each other, especially all the friends from the NGOs. And on these few words, I wish you all the very best in life. God bless. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. So, as the Chairman has just said, I have now the pleasing duty to invite you to view a short rendering of the group's various CSR activities. Let's watch. Thank you. One of the major projects which will benefit from the Foundation's support is the Jaipur Foot Project, an initiative of the Global Rainbow Foundation, whose founder-president is tonight amongst us. To tell us more about the Rainbow Foundation and the project itself, it gives me great pleasure to call upon Professor Armugam Pasuraman to join me on stage for his speech. I take this opportunity to thank him for his presence first, but most of all, to thank him on behalf of all those hundreds of amputees who will henceforth be contemplating life with a silver lining. Moreover, this project will be at the heart of the Sicom's long-term CSR initiative for the handicapped. Professor, please. Sous vos applaudissements.
Thank you, Gerard. Honorable Suenda Dayal, Minister of Social Integration and Economic Empowerment, Mr. Kushal Lobin, Chairman of the Sicom Foundation, Mrs. Karuna Bojida Obigadu, Managing Director of Sicom, members of the Sicom Foundation Council, members of the Board of Directors of Sicom, the management team, distinguished guests and representatives of NGOs, and members of the press and friends. Let me start by expressing on behalf of all the amputees in Mauritius, because I am here, what we are doing is meant for them, and I would like therefore first of all to convey sincere thanks to Mr. Kushal Lobin, Chairman of Sicom Foundation, and the members of the Sicom Foundation Council, Mrs. Karuna Obigadu, MD of Sicom, and your dynamic and fantastic marketing team for having realized this project together with us. What you've done in this initiative and taking it as the core of your foundation activity means a lot. And for me, being in this sector now, it means a lot. And I would like also to pay tribute to the Minister, my good friend Suren Dayal, who is here. And his ministry also is very engaged in this sense of service to humanity, to the people, with the integration, with the social integration, economic empowerment. I had a chance to talk to him about this project. And I'm confident that with all the initiative he's taking and the government is taking, we will certainly be able to empower those people with disability. What you did today, Sicom Group, you've joined together to achieve a dream by some 200 amputees in Mauritius who will receive a special gift, the gift of mobility. The project is called Jaipur Foot Mauritius, a unique project where, as I said, we're going to empower some 200 amputees from Mauritius and from Rodrigues. We have some 12 from Rodrigues who have registered. And it's very fitting that you are having this event today, because yesterday was the International Day of the Disability, and so the coincidence of you fixing the date on the 4th is certainly very important. It shows that Sicom is at the heart of service to the person with disability. Why did Global Rainbow Foundation chose to focus on persons with disability? Because this is the most vulnerable group you can find in society. I've seen the whole thing, the whole spectrum of population in Mauritius and abroad, internationally. But this is the group which deserves the most special attention in terms of giving them the dignity, respecting them, caring for them, but at the same time realizing that they have a great potential they can also serve. So congratulations to Sicom Foundation for this initiative, and I think I must also thank Sicom for choosing Jane Constance to do the first opening song, and I'm very happy, Jane, that you chose Somewhere Over the Rainbow, which is very fitting. This is the song we in the foundation love to hear, and so it was very appropriate that you combined that. And I'm pleased to tell you, Jane, that on the 21st of December, when with Sicom, our main partner for this Jaipur Food Initiative, will be organizing the gala performance by Sudha Chandan. You will see Sudha Chandan in the film that will follow. Sudha Chandan, the Indian actress who was amputated at the age of 16. She got Jaipur Food and she's still dancing, and she's a wonderful person who will be coming over. On that day, I've talked to Jane's father and Jane and the mother for Jane to perform before Sudha Chandan, along with some other artists. There's also the Angels group from Semegrenier. You know, they're actually in India and they won an award there. That's a wonderful team also, the Angels from Semegrenier. So Jane, on that occasion, you are invited, and we'll make sure that you get your Christmas gift, which you just told me what your wish is. She wants to have a scanner which can speak when you do the scanning, so she can then listen to it. So you'll get it, Jane. I've told Sicom and Global Rainbow Foundation will give you this Christmas gift because you need the tool. And allow me, you know, I've said it several times, and my friend Suren Dayal knows that, and government knows that. I'm not into politics anymore. I'm dedicating myself to service to humanity. But there are things that when I speak, I'm speaking in the interest of humanity. Jane, I was talking with her, she cannot do maths. She's doing Form 3, but she cannot do maths because we don't have those facilities for her as a blind person to learn maths. And there was another case, Fabienne. a brilliant girl who is blind, who passed the HSC, applied to the University of Mauritius, but because she didn't have maths, she chose to do only psychology. She said, I want to do psychology because I want to serve my people so I can give them whatever I can. But unfortunately, Fabienne was refused admission to the University of Mauritius in spite of my plaidoyer. I'm not being critical, but I'm just saying how it pained me. And that same Fabienne has got admission now in Canada, going to do her studies there without maths. So I'm just saying that we need to look at things differently. We need to change the mindset. The bureaucracy should not dictate us. We should look at things in a humane manner, and this is possible. And I'm sure the minister understands what I'm saying, and I was in government, I know how these things are done. We can change those things. It's we who decide. And I think in the interest, because this is a genius. You've seen Jane, age 13, and you have so many like that, you know. We have to make sure that they can get the chance. Well, Global Rainbow Foundation, we've carried out an assessment of the people with disabilities, and one striking, the question of amputation was very critical, and so we wanted to focus on that as one major initiative. And the survey we conducted about out of the 200 amputees, majority would be because of diabetes, and this is a frequent problem now, and also because of accidents and so on. And that's why we call upon this organization called BMVSS, which is the Jaipur Foot, commonly called Jaipur Foot, where they've done a wonderful job over the years doing their work with research with Stanford University in the US to produce this artificial limb, which you see, I think it's somewhere. The artificial limb which is going to be given to the amputees, they're going to come to Mauritius as from the 19th of December with a team of 7 technicians, with the equipment, this is the Jaipur Foot. This is the one that they have developed with Stanford University, and it has all the flexibility, all the facilities, and it's waterproof and so on, and gives them the facility that they need, the flexibility that they need to be able to live and do their own. So you will see a film, a short film, where you will see what the amputees with Jaipur Foot can do once they get the limb. So they've agreed to come over. It's a benevolent society, it's a charitable trust. They are charging us only the cost of travel and the cost of equipment and the cost of materials, and they are going to take measurement here in Mauritius over a period of time for the 200 amputees, and they will fit the limb in 1 or 2 days and train them, and they will then move on. But we are not going to do it a one-off and then forget the amputees. Global Rainbow Foundation, together with BMVSS, we are going to set up a center. This has been now, we feel this is the need for it. There will be a Jaipur Foot Center in Mauritius where they can regularly provide this facility. They've done one in Nairobi for 20 years, and every month they fix at least 100 amputees. This is, and the other thing we are going to offer to the amputees, what we did recently in the medical assessment at D.Y. Patil Medical College. We had a team of physiotherapists, Association of Occupational Therapists, psychologists, and our Dr. Indradet Chanu, the orthopedic surgeon, who examined each one of them. So we're going to provide that aftercare service to them so that they can continue their life and also do their own whatever they want to achieve in their life. So this is the idea, this is what we're going to do. And those amputees, we have a group of them who are very young. We are going to train them for employment. That's also an important thing. We need to empower them. Now they can't, but once they get the limb, they will be able to get job also. You will see one boy in the film, Daini, was amputated in '96, got his limb, is working now in the same company and making his life, his family life. So this is one thing we are going to focus, training of those amputees for employment purposes, and also I hope then, I know government is doing its effort with the private sector, with employment of a person with disability, that law about 3%, and I hope that will be something which will be forthcoming. Let me tell you, in India, the Supreme Court last month made a major announcement in terms of a ruling directing government and state government, central and state government, to recruit 3% of disabled people and gave them 3 months for that. Because since '95, the law was there, they have not done it. So that, I think, is something which would be very helpful for the person with disability. I will conclude by once again thanking Sicom for this wonderful initiative. It's for those people to empower them, and you're very much in the spirit of Mahatma Gandhi, which says, where he says that caring for the disabled is like a religion. Serving them is service to God. And we all know the great Mark Twain, what he said about Mauritius. I'm sure all of us know that. Mauritius was made first, Paradise. Well, Mauritius was first made and Paradise was copied after. But Mark Twain said also something beautiful, which I would like to conclude with. Kindness is the language which the deaf can hear and the blind can see. Thank you very much for your kind attention.